What the? A $500 eBay sale? Wait until I show. Oh my gosh, I left the camera on too. You guys are watching. Well, I might as well make the video now then. Wow. So wait until you see what I sold for $500 and how I pulled this off. Looking at my table here, I'm actually going to also share with you three items that I recently purchased that I plan on using a similar investment approach with. These are items that you could buy for a low amount of money, a medium amount of money, and a high amount of money. So we'll have three different price points here. And I'm also going to share with you a program that not a lot of resellers know about or use that you can use to give you some advanced knowledge on some items you might want to pick up and invest in to make some of these bigger money flips. But before I do that, let me share my screen with you here and see if you could figure out which item it was that I sold for $500. Was it this Lego Star Wars Sandcrawler set right here? Putting that up in honor of May the 4th. So May the 4th be with all of you. Or was it this really cool Zippo lighter? It's airbrushed and it's a limited edition owl print. So really cool there. Or was it the retro Air Jordans here from 2016? Or got to give a shout out to the Darth Vader 1983 Return of the Jedi action figure. Darth Vader, of course, is the newest emoji available for members. So make sure you use your Darth Vader emoji in the comments section and the live shows. And speaking of emojis, we also have the cheetah pumps here. Yes, shout out to the cheetah pumps. Those can also go for up to $550 if they are Christian Louboutins, which these are. So you could see the hint of that red sole there right on the bottom. But these are amazing. So shout out to the cheetah pumps as well. So which one was it? Which one did I sell for $500? Well, it was neither of these. I'll show the actual item next, but the reason I put these up here is so that you can see that there are items in many different categories that will sell for up to $500 or more. But the item that I sold for $500, waking me up out of a sleep, was this one right here, Prince Namor, the Submariner. It's issue number one from 1968. Many of you know I specialize in comic books, and I decided to invest in this book because this character is very famous, very well known, and it's an iconic cover. Now, my investment into this piece was $87 several years ago. So, yes, that means I did not make $500 profit. $500 is the amount of the sale, and you have to take the investment part of it and the fees associated with it out of it. But still, this is a very good profit given the initial investment. Now, there's another reason that I invested into this book was because I knew that the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies were doing well, and it was very likely, in fact, almost a given, that Submariner was going to appear in them at some point, but there hadn't been any announcements about it at the time I invested into it. So that was a good time to get in relatively low. Now, $87 might not seem like low to some people who are watching this, but when you consider the potential for a $500 sale, it's low relative to that. And as I said, later on in the video, I'm going to show you some other types of items that you could make a lower initial investment in than that and also have a good result down the road, I believe. So now, in terms of why I decided to flip it at the time that I did, it's because speculation about this character appearing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe has started to increase, and that has significantly driven up the price of the book. So you could see that here on the top of the Key Collector Comics website. They also have a great app that you could use. I highly recommend it. You could see here speculation about his appearance and also which actor may play him. And so, as a result, I decided now is the time that I wanted to flip it, given the condition of the book, which wasn't perfect, as you could see. I didn't want to take the time into shipping this off to CGC and get it graded. The difference in terms of what I would have made from a graded copy of it in this grade versus what I could get out of it now raw, $500, it just wasn't worth the time. Don't get me wrong. If the difference was vastly significant, then I would have taken the additional time to make that investment into the grading. I put that in there because I know a lot of people ask about that. So you've got to make the decision in terms of when it is you want to pull the trigger on putting something up and listing it like this. I could have sold it years ago and made double my money, or made sold it for $300 or whatever. But you got to be careful sometimes not to wait too long, because sometimes if you wait too long, then you miss the time where the market is at its height. So you have to just make your own judgments about that based on what you know about the marketplace. Now, what I like to use is the program I was referring to earlier. This is Google Alerts. I use this all the time. This is just one example that I set up for you. I have Marvel Cinematic Universe on there, and I have Sneaker Drop that I put on there. And basically, what you could do is you could put in any keyword or set of keywords that you want to. And what's going to happen is that every day Google will send you an email with all the news articles that it was able to gather about that particular keyword. And so you could get a lot of early advanced information about this. So let me show you, for example, you could see here I have Marvel Cinematic Universe, and you could see here's all the articles that it's highlighting for me about this. And there's some important information that came out today. So, for example, if we click right over here, Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 4 gets fresh dates and reveals. Guess what that means? Whenever that type of news comes out, that's the time that you really want to start getting into thinking in advance and saying, okay, wait a minute, there's going to be a new, Black Panther movie coming out, or we know a certain character has been announced in terms of which actor is going to play. And if it's a famous actor, then that might drive the price up. Or, you look to see when specific release dates are so you could plan it better. So, Shang-Chi, or whatever movies are coming out, whatever announcements are out, you could use that to plan for the future. The Marvels, and on and on and on. There's announcements that come out every single day. In fact, if we go back to it, there also was an announcement, I think, about here you go. Marvel Studio confirms Fantastic Four is coming to the MCU. So they could speculate about things, but then there's also confirmation. So you see here, it's been a rumor for a long time. That'll sometimes drive up the price, but when confirmation details comes out, now I am very happy that I invested in a lot of Fantastic Four items when no one really cared about them. So I have a ton of it, and we'll wait and see which specific items are going to jump up in price. But for sneaker drops, if we go over here, you could see over here, New Balance unveils the world's ugliest shoes. Or LeBron James, most iconic Nike shoes will be re-released for the first time. It's important to know this stuff as soon as it comes out, and you can't keep track and go to every single website. So this tabulates everything for you and sends it to you. And there's a difference between if you wait a day versus 2 days or 3 days or 4 days, because then sometimes the price could just go up so significantly that you miss out on your opportunity. So a lot of this is about timing. Very, very important. So let me move over to some of the investment pieces I was talking to you about. So let me show you this one here. This is the Lego Friends set. Now I'll make this bigger on the screen so you could see it. You could see here, this is the price that I got it for, and I'll show it to you right here. It's 51.99 free shipping. Okay, there you go, right there. Lego Friend Set. It's the Central Perk Building Kit. Now, you might say, well, 51.99, that's a lot of money. Now, you see there it says purchase 2 times. The reason why is the first time I ordered it, they actually couldn't get it to me. So they offered to cancel it and resend it to me. So I do only have one set. But take a look at this. Okay. This is very important. 51.99 for this Lego set. Okay. Now look at this. We'll go over okay, here's the other. Now let's go over here. This is, sorry, I had that tab open twice, but look over here. This is recent sales. For that same Lego set, 21,319. Look at this. There have been sales of this Lego set for $133, $109 plus $18 shipping, $109 plus 15.90 shipping, and on and on and on. You can see it keeps going and going and going. Why does that happen? Well, sometimes, not everyone goes over to Amazon. Sometimes people just go to eBay, and sometimes people just make a quick impulsive purchase. Sometimes they do it based on the best match, the first thing that they see. They don't comparative shop, and they just buy something high. So the fact that we are seeing an item that's available for 51.99 that is already selling for over $100 in some instances makes it an easy decision for me to pick up, because what I know about Lego is that it's going to at least hold its value. And when the set retires, then it's going to jump up even more. So I could see this set going for many hundreds of dollars in the future. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and invest in it. I'm just giving you examples of things I'm doing. You could decide for yourself if I'm making a mistake or not. But it's everyone's own independent judgment on that. Now, you could also see here it came out in 2019. So I used that information to say, okay, it's been out for a few years and that's still happening. That's a very good sign. They messed up my first order because they couldn't find it in stock. That's also a good sign to me. Plus, it's number 21 in toy building sets, which is also very cool. So that's that one right over there. Let's move over to the next one here. This is a more expensive one. And then I'm going to end off with a lower priced one. Okay. This one here is the Berserker, and this is a very popular series you definitely need to know about. Netflix optioned it. It's going to be a show with Keanu Reeves in it. He's going to star as the main character that you could see here. This particular issue is the one per store variant. So there's about 2,500 brick and mortar comic book shops in the United States, and they only made one of these per store. So there's not that many of them out there. This is a very hot book. Now, I wound up picking this one up for $205 in near mint plus condition. I have it right over here, as you can see. Now, not only was I able to pick that one up, but the person who sold it also threw in this one here. Cover A, print cover A was thrown in as well, and free shipping. So I have cover A as well. So that gave me an extra bonus for my investment. Now that's only worth about $10 right now, but we'll see what happens down the road. But check this out with Berserker. Okay, now if you want to get in on that particular book right now, you could buy some lower quality copies with some people who don't have as good feedback for 99, 130, or $150. But you can see there, top right corner damage. There's issues with those. You don't really want to pick those up. So if you really want to get into it, you could still invest into it right now at about the price point I got into it at, 180 plus $20, so about $200. But then right after that, you jump up to 225, then 250 with 11 watchers. But check this out. Look at this. This book has already sold in a 9.8, which I could send this out to get graded, and I very well might. You could send this one out, and look at this. If it comes back in that condition, this is sold for, and this is when I was able to check the actual sold price on this, which you can't do right now, but sold for $650. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. But even let's say I don't get it graded. Okay, let's scroll down. Look at this. Some copies have already sold for $350. $350. Here's a $409 best offer. So we've got some more here. $300, $300, 350 best offer. Pick it up for 200. Once that show comes out on Netflix, the price on this is going to skyrocket even further. And so I'm probably just going to hold on to until the actual show comes out. And who knows what this will be going for now, because it's going to be harder and harder to find. And the next one I want to show you, this is the last one. This is the lowest price point item. I actually went out over to Walmart and pick these up. Okay, this is number 76141. This is Thanos. So whenever you see anything Thanos related, you should definitely look into it. He's very, very popular here with the Infinity Gems. It's really cool. The stones. It's just such a very popular character from the series and from the comic books. So came out in 2020, but check this out. I got these for $8.94 at Walmart. At the time that I looked them up on Amazon, they were going for about 17.99. And now look, this is just a week later. There's none available directly from Amazon. So you have to go over to, one of their third-party sellers here, and the minimum you could get it for is 17.49 prime shipping. So let's go over to eBay, and this is the highest that these are selling for now, 19.95, $3.50 standard shipping. So I mean, that just goes to tell you that when this retires, that the price on this is going to go up, probably pretty significantly, and they're very light, easy to ship. So I actually picked up two of these, and maybe I'll pick up a few more as well. So those are some initial tips. Again, I'm not telling you to go out and purchase those things. You got to make your own decision on that based on the information I shared and based on the things you're interested in. But you could use the type of approaches that I shared with you in this video with any type of item that you're interested in selling in, any type of category. Think longer term. It doesn't necessarily have to be several years. It could be several weeks, several months, a year, whatever the case may be. You just have to base it on the timing of the market and what's going on then and there. Before you go, of course, make sure you leave a comment, subscribe, and check out membership, as I always say. But also check out Flippin' Nana's store here. She's awesome. This is Leah Lancourt. She's got a great store. Speaking of Legos, if you like Legos, look at all this Lego Minecraft stuff. You get stuff for $5, free shipping. This is something that I do for all of the members, and that I will put a link to your eBay store or any store that you have in the description section and in the comments. And if I have an opportunity, I might be able to show it on video as well. Plus, it gets featured in my Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center, which has over 26,000 members. You get featured there for 24 hours. That happens for all members, even at the initial $1.99 level. So make sure you come by my show tomorrow night on May 5th. That's at 9 p.m. Standard Eastern Standard Time with Ryan Hogue. We're going to talk about integrating a print on demand component into your reselling business. You could sell things like t-shirts and all sorts of cool stuff. That's going to be a lot of fun. Also, Ryan's awesome. He's got like over 60,000 subscribers. He's a real expert in this area. So I'm glad he's decided to come over. So I'll see you at that video, everyone. And I'm going to head back to sleep now. All right. I'll see you at the next one. Take care.